Alright guys, I am Keith with Causey's Pest Control. I just wanted to show you, we do a lot of videos, me and my wife, of just different things. Some people send us some stuff, but I wanted to bring you guys the termite trailer that I set up to do our termite work. And I may post this to Pest Cemetery. I don't post much on there. A lot of people give information and different things like that, so I thought I would at least maybe put it on there. That way if anybody's kind of looking for maybe a better setup, or they're tired of using their 100-gallon tank, 50-gallon tank. I'll show you what I did. Let me grab some arm sleeves. Guys, all my shirts are short sleeves, and I know I've got some arm sleeves in here. Here we go. I don't, because not every time I'm spraying do I have to have long sleeves if I'm using like a 25B exempt product. But these arm sleeves are really cool. You can get them on Amazon, and I have a bunch of them, so you know, if you get something on your arm, then you can take it off immediately. I do carry extra clothes in the truck, long sleeve shirts, stuff like that, but I'm going to put these on. I've got some gloves in here. I'm just going to temporarily put on just so I can show you guys, because I just filled my tank up and took these off, and I was like, hey, I'm going to do a video real quick. So just kind of show you, I bought a 6x12 trailer. I did buy it new. This obviously was my biggest expense. I started out in a much smaller termite trailer with a 100-gallon tank. I set everything up myself. So I have the 330-gallon tank, because if you're pre-treating and you're doing pads and stuff, you're going to want to treat obviously your footers. You got to spray the pad, treat all your plumbing penetrations, all that good stuff. You know, I was using a 100-gallon tank, but you have to fill that thing up a bunch depending on, you know, how big of an area you're treating, or if you've got a bigger job. This works great. I actually got the tote tank for free. My uncle had a couple. I was getting ready to buy one at TSC. He said, no, I've got one. And so we got lucky and got it. It's got the cage around it. So this is the tank. I usually fill it up. It's got a lid on top, so I usually fill it up from up there. So we'll walk around back here. I have, obviously I have my treating rods. It's not a perfect setup, but you know, it works decent. I've got some gloves up here. This is actually a bait gun I don't really use, but I hung it here. I got some straps. I've got my broom, I got my shovel, got my rake, got my dustpan, and the vacuum. I keep a vacuum on here, but I think my wife took it in. It's a shop vac. So I got my different treating rods here. I've got my foot pedal. And I've got my small rod over in the tank, because like I said, I always test my stuff before I go out on a job. You know, like, well, calibrate it, you know, once in a while. I calibrate it before every single job, just because I want to know what I'm pumping. I've got my mixing cup. I actually don't have it labeled yet. I do have this one. This is what I use for my gallon. I just chemical test jug. I've got my my Hilti drill is in here, and I've just got extra tools, extra washers, extra everything, gloves, water hose. Of course, I've got water hoses, and I've got my extension cords. I do have a backpack on here. Sometimes if I'm doing like a wood treatment or something, I'll use the backpack, you know, if it's outside or depending on the situation. So we have full face mask, because we do insulation jobs as well too, or if you're in a crawl space spraying, you get the full face mask, respirators. I know some of you guys wear a lot of the PPE, some don't. You know, I'm not one of those people get on there, oh look, he's not wearing long sleeves or gloves. I mean, who cares? I mean, I'm more worried about me than somebody else. These are usually the gloves I use. As you can tell, they're kind of dirty. But what I've got here is this tank, 300 foot of hose, and I mounted it on this. This is like an old utility box. Actually, I also got this from my uncle, but a long time ago. I bought the hose reel. This is a, let me see if I can see what size this is. This is a 1932nds. It's a 3/8. I got this online, ordered it, hooked it to the hose reel. Of course, this is your regular water hose. I've got my pump here. It's an electrical pump. I do have it hooked up right now. Usually I undo these and I clip them up here. I never have to worry about my battery. My battery is hooked to a 100-watt solar panel. and it runs up here as the solar charger. I do have a power inverter up here. I do have a light in here, so if I want to, like, if for some reason it's late, I just kind of will put this in, and then I don't have a lot. I just got it kind of running halfway around, so I can plug it up. See, I've got my headlights. I do have a heater on here. I hooked up a temperature controller, so in the winter, if I have it parked outside, there's nothing in the tank or anything, but sometimes I can put other stuff on here, other sprayers, to keep them from freezing up. I plug this up to the extension cord, hook this up, and I can keep it a certain temperature in here. I did do all this myself. I don't, you know, I've never took anything anywhere. I don't buy the expensive, you know, hose reels and all that stuff. This works perfect. So the solar panel's mounted to the roof. It's actually just Velcroed on. I used the really strong Velcro. So my battery's charging usually at, I just used it a little bit. It's at 12.7, which means it's still charging, but usually when I get in the trailer first, it's like 13.2. So short of changing the battery out, I usually never have to worry about it. It's constantly charging even while I'm working, not that it draws that much amperage anyway. So I always test, and I usually even use my phone. I think I have it in my back pocket, so let me go ahead and get, I usually count how many seconds it takes to pump a gallon. So let me go to stopwatch. As I gotta find it. We just got off work a little while ago. Stopwatch. So I set it here. I do have a flow meter, which I also got online. I got it on Amazon. Pretty sure I got the hose reel on Amazon. Pretty sure I got the hose on Amazon. And so I just wanted to bring this video. It's really hot. We're in Tennessee, so it didn't get up as hot as it's going to get tomorrow, but I got a termite job to do tomorrow. So I have a hose or a meter. What's cool is when I get done pumping, the meter will actually go blank, and it kind of resets, so it will start over. It keeps your total gallons that you're pumping, but it does reset, so when I press it, it's automatically going to start off. So I always put a gallon jug down here. I've got my 4-way on, so it's going to be kind of loud. I don't have the one that just squirts it straight out. I put my 4-way on. That way I can rest it on the bottom of the jug. So we'll try to keep an eye on the gallon and this meter here, and I'll show you guys. This is exact. It should be. When this gets all the way full, I will exactly have pumped 1 gallon. So I'm going to hit start, hold the handle. Hopefully my wife can kind of get both. We'll show it if this will work with my glove on. It's kind of loud because it's the 4-way. It does have good pressure. So I'm at 0.2 gallons right now, which is about right. I'm at 0.3. 0.4. It just hit half a gallon right now, which is pretty much spot on. We're at 27 seconds. 0.7. 0.8. 9. And 10. And as you can tell, I'm pretty much at the top. That's 1 gallon pumped, 1 gallon read on the meter, and she didn't stop it, so I don't know how many seconds it is. But so like if this ever goes out, I know usually it's between 17 and 18 seconds per hole, depending, you know, it could fluctuate a little, but usually this thing is spot on. I've never had to recalibrate it or do anything like that. If anything needed to be recalibrated, it would be this thing, and I've got like 3 extra, so I'd probably just replace it because I don't even know how to calibrate that part of it. Yeah, it works super well. So I always test this before I go, which I'm going to run some more through it. I've already ran a little through it. I always just make sure that I've got the chemical good in the hose, make sure it's ran through. I have my filter is up here. I just cleaned it. There was a little bit of trash in the bottom. It looks like it might have sucked up a little bit more, but this is easy to change. I can shut this off. I can close, so I have 2 valves down here. I can close off from the tank. If for some reason I get a leak in any of these hoses, I can close it off so nothing flows out of the tank. And also, even if that whole end comes off, I can close the tank off so that no chemical will come out or anything like that. The other one is another valve switch that goes directly to the hose. Obviously, you have to make sure they're on, but I can turn them off and on. And so when I'm checking this, I can if I wanted to, which I already have, I can pump what chemicals in this hose out. I'll turn those valves first, and I'll pump what chemicals in this hose out first. Then I can unscrew this. It just unscrews. I can pop that filter out. I can clean it. So super simple. It's up here up top. I'm gonna let it. That's all I'm gonna let it run right now. It's good enough. I just wanted to make sure we were good for tomorrow. Make sure I don't drop. I usually use my long one because I'm afraid I'm always going to drop this little one in there. So what I do, get hung on it here, is I'll come around here because I'm not going to use it the rest of the night. I've got an on-off switch. I'll flip it off, but I do unhook it. I don't know. It's just the way I do it. It's just a simple alligator clip. I hook them here on my strap that's kind of holding my tank down. So I'll hook them there. I'm going to drain just a little bit out of the hose so I don't have a lot of pressure on it. So I'll drain some of that out, make sure it's off good, and then this, let me unhook it. So this is a quick disconnect that I've got hooked up. I'm going to try to do it over the tank here so I don't make a mess. There's my spare tire for my trailer. There we go. And then we'll drain this back out in there because it usually has some in it. So I'm going to set this here. That's where I always put it. I'll put my hose right here. And then I'll put my lid back on. But guys, I just wanted to bring you the way I set it up. I'd much rather, I don't do termite jobs every single day. If you do them every single day, I don't know how economical it would be to pull a trailer. I love pulling the trailer. I can carry a whole lot more. I can carry my extra chemical, different things like that. Yes, I use Taurus on pre-treats. I gotta pour this back in there. I use Taurus on pre-treats. I've gotten to where I'll order Termite HE for my already pre-constructed, or my already built houses, I guess, in other words. So post-construction. But I pour this in here. I love the trailer. If you don't like pulling the trailer, it's probably not for you. But you can carry so much extra stuff if something goes wrong. I'm actually getting ready to put a generator on here that we've got to test out. It's a 5,000 watt, so I got it because I can run some other stuff. But I'll rinse that out in just a second. But I wanted to bring you the termite trailer. That this is the way I did it. So if any of you guys are looking for ideas on how to do it, it's super simple. I guess one of the questions probably people have is, what kind of pump is this? This is a C-Flow. C-Flow I have found to be the best pumps. This is 5.5 gallons per minute. And that's all you need. The pressure's great. It pumps it exactly about where you want it to be. It's got, I mean, when you shoot it, it'll really come out of there. It's not too high pressure. It's not too low pressure. But it is a 5.5 gallon. Like I said, it is just, it's got the cord, you know, the plug-in cord. I just hooked it to the battery. If you know anything at all about electronics, solar panels are super easy to hook up. There is nothing hard about them. Just read the instructions, because you don't, I can't remember if you hook the battery up first or the solar panel first, but one of the two, you don't, you know, want to hook one of them up before you do the other. But this is the termite trailer. Plenty of room on it. I just wanted to bring you guys a video just to show you how I do it. That way, maybe if it gives you an idea, hey, I'm gonna, you know, that's a good idea, or no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do it a different way. But I just thought I'd show you guys how I do it. Works perfect. I just back right into it, hook it up when we're ready to go, fill my tank up, and we're ready to rock and roll. It's just super simple. Again, Keith with Causey's Pest Control. I know the name doesn't mean much to you guys who are in different states, but this is the way I did it. If you got any questions, feel free to message me, comment, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter. Like I said, but this is the way I got it set up. And like I said, if you got any questions, just holler at me, and I will answer any questions I can.